Cookies you should and shouldn't invest in before the update with Eternal Sugar, just to save you money.
Oh my!
First, starting off with cookies you shouldn't invest in.
I come from beautiful
Good.
Starting off, do not
Give
invest
me
in Adgar.
tasty
She is
treats.
useless. She does not do anything right. She dies immediately in the Kingdom Arena. Like, it's not even a me problem. I have her to level 40. Like, and she barely does any damage. She does less damage than most of the healers, which their jobs are to heal, not kill. So I would recommend don't invest in her. She's pretty. That's the only good thing about her. She's pretty, and that's about it. She isn't good on your team, and she does about the damage of a common barely leveled up. Yeah, so I just wouldn't recommend it. This is speaking from personal experience. Next, you should not invest in him. I don't know how to say his name, but he's pretty. That's about the same with Adgar. He's like the same about Adgar. He will die immediately unless you're using the arcade arena right now. He's pretty okay in the arcade arena, but still not very good. So if you ever do use him, I'd recommend leveling him up as much as you can. But you're better off sticking with higher rarities like super epics, legendaries, etc. So he's pretty, and that's about it. So I just wouldn't recommend him. Next, White Lily. Don't invest in her. Just don't. She doesn't do very much damage, so the most she'll do is take out a few enemies on the world exploration stages, not even on master mode. She dies immediately in the Kingdom Arena most of the time, unless you have her leveled up really high, which I'm not going to do because I don't like her. So yeah, I just would not recommend her in general. She's not very useful. So yeah. Next, we have Pomegranate Cookie. I just wouldn't recommend her very much. She doesn't do very much damage like most of them that I'm recommending. A lot of epics are really good, but I just wouldn't recommend her, if I'm being honest. I've used her before, and she was good if you're fighting against... She's good if you fight against low health enemies. Example, in the arcade arena / Kingdom Arena, I would recommend her if you're fighting against higher levels. I recommend using, if you have any beasts or ancients or legendaries, I would recommend using them and not her. So yeah, also most of the cookies you should invest in will be beasts / ancients, just a disclaimer. But anyways, back on topic. I just wouldn't recommend her very much. I used her for a little bit, and she was pretty good. But I would recommend you only use her against low enemies. Next, we have Strawberry Crepe Cookie. I just wouldn't recommend her very much. She's not very useful. Or they are not very useful. And they do a good amount of damage if you're going against low-level enemies. But if you're going against higher-level enemies, I would not recommend. So maybe just keep her away from the Kingdom Arena and bring her to the arcade arena for this season. I don't have much to say about them, so yeah. Last cookie I would recommend is him. Unless you have him awakened, he's not the best. Unless you have him really highly leveled up, I wouldn't recommend using him. I use him on a daily basis, but you can, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't, or I'm not saying you can't use him, because do what you want, girl. But I just wouldn't recommend him that much. He's not the best cookie out there. There are definitely way better ancients. I love him personality and character design-wise. That's about it. Going to be moving on to the cookies you should invest in.
The tribe always comes first.
Wow, this update, but most of these are cookies you can get for higher chances most of the time. But the event cookies you get a lower chance of getting. Like, it took me a while to get wedding cake.
A spot on my precious sword.
So I'd recommend. So we're gonna start. Okay, now, the first cookie I would recommend investing in is pure vanilla. He is a very OP. It doesn't matter what version you have of him, because he is very good for leveling up. Like, he'll bring your cookie from, if they're an epic, from like halfway down to halfway up. So I would really recommend him. He's also just silly, but yeah, he's a very good character, and I would definitely recommend him. He's amazing. I would really recommend investing in Shadow Milk. His abilities do a ton of damage, especially if you have him leveled up and promoted like I do. Level him up and promote him, and oh my god, he's like almost like invincible in the Kingdom Arena. So yes, I would definitely recommend him. He's amazing to invest in, and I wouldn't say he's the most easy character to get, because Beasts and Ancients are harder to get, but like, just Gacha of Fate is not worth it though. Don't try Gacha of Fate. You have a higher chance of getting him from just the normal ones. You probably saw this guy coming, but he is a power creep in a good way. He does a ton of damage, and yeah, because he can. Yeah, he's just really good in the Kingdom Arena, Arcade Arena, World Exploration. Yeah. So I definitely would recommend him. Like, I definitely would. So yeah. The last cookie I would invest in is Snapdragon cookie. They are amazing, and you can get them for free, basically. You just have to log in every day and do this. So, and I'd say it's pretty easy. You don't gotta pay. That's how I got him. So, or them, or whatever. That's how I got them. So, yep. I definitely would recommend them. They are amazing. So yes, please invest in them. They are amazing in the arcade arena. They are almost invincible in the arcade arena. Anyways, that's everybody. Bye.